My pings are really high, probably because I just went live. No, I don't have work today or tomorrow. I have unstable ping. I forgot how to fix it. No, I have unstable ping. What does the get say? Well, the GAT test went really well, so I'm just gonna ignore that being a problem. This is the build I've decided on to use. It's the one I have the most struggling with, so it's most likely to. All this extender. Let Brian send me a message now. Okay, that's more. Oh, that was awful. Coincidence of events. I'll just go repair it. Yay! Favorite idiot followed me. Woo. Also, my notification still works for some reason. You know, I don't think I checked up on it in months. That's good to know that that worked. What is the... It's probably just because the graphics card can't actually handle all the work I'm making it do. That's probably the reason. Unfortunately, no. You don't get feet pics. I think the only way to get feet pics from me is if, I feel like it. Never. Like, I think Days got a hand reveal once. Allegedly. Potentially. I'm gonna look at these Discord messages. Okay, that was very interesting message there. Alright. I'm using more plasma because I can't use it very well. So means I should use it more until I actually feel at least a little bit comfortable with it. Right now it's just AI online on the server. moment. I think someone might have been on London or something, but I need all the ping I can get with the fact that my computer isn't quite good enough. Run it like, 1080p at a decent bit rate. Install render the game at 240, well, as close to 240 hertz as it possibly could. I like my frame rate. Yeah. Well, Fernando's really busy right now because the crowdfunding launches today. So he's like trying to plug holes in the ship right now, proverbially. And then if you yell enough, Days might get on because he can hear me right now because he's in the Discord. So he's just choosing not to play the game, basically. I don't know why, man. This doesn't want to play it. Like, I even have the Discord voice text, so he could at least choose to write something down. But not even that much you can get out of him, apparently. He doesn't do anything you ever want him to. That's how it is. He lives to be a source of constant disappointment to everyone around him, especially his alleged friends. Because the friendship does feel like a one-way street most of the time. It's very unfortunate. Alright, so our team won. That's good, because if it lost, I would have been disturbed. Yeah, I know you don't want to play right now, because if you did want to play Days, you'd be playing. But you're not. It's very logical. Alright, I extended this. So just like a little bit more AI killing, and then I might try to do racing laps and lose my mind again. Or maybe I'll actually beat my time, which is probably not gonna happen. I would love to beat. Like, I do have the suspicion that the next building might not be the best right now. On my end, not the game, though. The game always runs very consistently. But I'm thinking that my setup might suddenly be really bad for some reason this morning. Maybe everyone in my entire neighborhood's online or something. Which does happen every now. Orbits are fun. I can do orbits, I'm just not my preferred. I don't even know if they'd be on Netflix. I don't know what the people in my neighborhood actually do on the internet. I assume they do something. Because there's like a a golfing like neighborhood where most people here are golfers because there's a golf range like right in the middle of the neighborhood because that's the whole point. Is that you live like near the golf course so you can go golfing whenever you want. So I don't know what they would do online because you'd think they'd be trying to golf in the rain right now. Well, it just stopped raining. You really think that's what they would do? Because like golfers are like, anytime they have an opportunity to get a few holes in, they'll freaking go for it, even if it's like wet and. Yeah, that's the way you do orbits. It's just to out-churn people is why you do it, which this isn't what I like as much. I see more of the idea. Because even the AI, like, can't... I don't like it as much. Oh my goodness. Got rammed 2 times. Oh. Alright, well, back to... Alright. Yeah. Orbits are a very safe way to kill AI. You'll probably get them. That's like the main thing I'm learning so far. And this is closer to trying to move so that your shots are a lot easier. Although Fernando might show up in the voice, potentially. Sometimes he does that whenever I'm live. I don't know why. I know he doesn't care for my existence. So. Fighting in the asteroid. I wish there was more cramp maps. This would be a lot of fun. Well, the problem with a cramp map is, if it is cramped, trying to get the AI into it as well. Oh, that's like completely matter. Just because you have a cramp map doesn't mean the AI will actually want to fight you in the cramp. And so, I like doing this more with plasma because it kind of needs it. Needs to just like fly in ways to make your amount of aiming a lot easier. And doing very tiny movements to evade, which you could do with the AI really easily. With the AI, you just need to do little nudges with your strafe, and you'll dodge the AI so you can stay in front of them, and you'll have a perfectly good time hitting them, and they won't be able to get a lot of damage off on you. Alright. That counted. I don't know why. But I think after this I'll practice some racing. I kinda don't want. So many AIs that are all locked on. Does make your life long. Almost. Alright. Go to Orono. Yeah, I think the fact that tri-gunning boost isn't a thing anymore, I think that's the main reason I'm having issues with the racing. That little bit extra acceleration just makes such a huge difference to like my ability to do the track because you can correct more. Just that tiny, minuscule extra kind of correct. Oh, we're going way too fast. I I turned too well. Yes! I never turned that section too well. That's a good sign. I might have learned something at some point. Oh, I lost all my speed. Oh, the tunnel rim got me. Ah. Like, just barely hit it. Alright. Next. Ah. Too aggressive. Turning on the... Oh, we just have an uncontrollably high amount of speed. Yeah, this is why racing is very hard, because... Well, for me, because what I do all the time is I end up getting too much speed and I'm too stubborn to slow down. And just want to keep racing even though I should just, like, try to slow down by, like, 50 meters a second, maybe. It's like, I'm too stubborn because it's so hard to get your speed back if you get rid of it, so. I'm very greedy when it comes to holding on to speed. Man. I like how the first turn, I just want to keep doing it more and more aggressively every time. There's no need. It's something I wanted. Or even some not aggressively enough. I did again. It's like, it's just too much. Like, I don't have the G-force tolerance. All that. That loses all my speed, though. No! That was way too slow. I did up and right for a very small period of time, and it completely bled all my speed. Oh, I didn't turn well enough there. I think I'll keep doing the lap, unless something else happens, just so that I get more practice on the other parts of the race I never get to survive. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we drifted a little bit too much. More than you'd want to. I didn't brake well enough that time. I would want to. Oh, too aggressive. That was too aggressive on that turn. Or hit like the inside of the ring versus the outside. Well, hitting the inside's good because that means you're thinking the right way. You're just at timing properly. If we hit the inside of the ring, that means you're successfully trying to fly, keeping the future in mind versus like the immediate what's happening. That just means you're being too aggressive with trying to preemptively change your flight vector. I did slow down 50. Whatever I did that time, I think I strafed to make it a little easier on me. That's a fantastic idea. So, that worked way better for that section. Oh, I went such a weird direction that time. I'm gonna keep going just because I want more practice. Oh, okay. That's spatially disorientated. I wasn't rotated the way I'm used to in that section. Which is kind of a big deal for me. It's like I want to be rotated a certain way with the racetrack or I get disorientated from like how the course looks like in my mind. So if I'm like rolled the wrong way, I'll just get confused. And at that point, it's like, well, I'm not doing the race preemptively, I'm just reacting to what I see at that point, which isn't as quick, typically. Oh, too aggressive with correcting it. I hit the inside massively. And that tunnel. So that part, yeah, the strafing is a really good idea to make it easier, but you have to time it when you do it at the right time. Because if you do it like too early, you end up overcorrecting. I mean, you just hit the inside instead of the outside, which is what I typically will hit. I'll hit the outside inside that tunnel. The outside rim. Doing a really aggressive power burn there seems really smart because you can bleed off like extra speed that you don't want anymore. So that's also good to keep. Oh, I hit the inside of... I hit the outside of the inside of the tunnel. It's kind of hard to say, but... So the last time I hit the inside room, that time I hit the outside room. That's like how big a difference it makes. Because the other thing is, I'm also going like varying levels of speed, depending like what's going on. I might be going faster or slower in a section, and that will mess up That changes the timing from when you need to, like, adjust your flying, but I can't tell visually if I'm going, like, 100 or 50 meters a second difference than whatever I was doing before. So, even if I, like, adjust the timing correctly from the last lap, because my speed might be different, that might actually end up causing me to crash. It's somewhat annoying. I don't typically look down to glance at my speed, because if you look down to glance, you'll just die on some obstacle somewhere. The time it took you to glance at it. But man, I think the only thing I miss the HUD, I really, really miss having the target distance be right next to the target that you're looking at. I really miss that, because I would use that to, like, gauge how much to lead. But it's like, that's just something I don't have anymore. Oh man, I hit the outside of it. Should have been more aggressive on correcting. But I really... I want one of the more... Yeah, that song worked. But just one of the more action-y versus the more relaxed song. That was a bad racing line that time. That's where I didn't set it up enough beforehand. See, that's a way better racing line. I didn't have to do as much correcting to get on target. Which can absolutely happen. I mean, that's how racing lines are. You want to swing wide on purpose so that you can get a better approach on a turn, and then hopefully if you do a better approach, your exit will also be better on a curve. Because the exits on your curves is, like, the most important thing in, like, any race. How you're exiting turns is, like, the most important. Entering is also important, just nowhere near as important as the exit. Because if your exits are always good, it makes it way easier to just do the race. You don't have to worry about your entrances, because you're already, like, pre-set up to do a good entrance if your exiting was good, versus if you have terrible exits, you have to put so much effort into having, like, just correcting for that mistake, that everything else ends up being awful in that race, and you end up going really, really slow. Because you're spending the whole race trying to correct for errors than trying to, like, go fast on a particular part. Oh, I just barely hit the rim on the inside there. Like, the tunnel rims are evil. Like, it'd be 10 times easier to do the race if there wasn't the lips inside the tunnel. Because you'd actually have that little bit extra of wiggle room. You could just focus more on being fast than trying to correct in a way where you don't hit the frickin' tunnel rim. Oh, I ended up going down too much. I ended up slowing down that time. I ended up going down too much for whatever reason. I probably wanted to strafe down for a little bit, but I strafed too long. Longer than I wanted to without realizing it. Okay, we hit that. We'll restart it now. I feel like I was better at braking than I somehow got worse at braking. I feel like I was really good at tricording braking, and then now I can't do it anymore. I'm not sure why that's even a thing that happened. Which is just braking in all three axes at the same time to get the best slope. Oh, that little bit of... I let go of the input for power burning for just that brief moment to get, you know, a little bit of G tolerance back, and that ended up causing me the crash. I just backed up too much this. I mean, the main thing I learned from racing is just I don't like the amount of impulse you can get put into your ship from like even small bumps. It's like, wow, a little, especially if you're like heading back up, like I hate the system that causes that. It's a bad system. The system that spins you out of control when you collide. It's like I hate it. Whoever made it is a bad human being. Oh, that was so aggressive that time. That was like the best I ever did that turn in my whole life. Oh, too fast? Way too much speed for that section. Oh. Not used to spawning. I like how I'm already prepared to argue people saying I was being hypocritical once for saying Boxall needed to finish a lap. And I'm currently, like, never finishing a lap ever. Like, I already know my argument there, which I already know why it's a false equivalence in my head, but no one's gonna probably bother to argue it. Only Boxall would do that, and like, I already prepared how to counter and everything. Oh, nowhere near aggressive enough that time. Correcting. Eh. That was like when Boxall had like a 3-minute something lap. So, the odds that he would have shaved off time even if he crashed like 3 times in the course was like really good. I was trying to be lazy with not correcting as much and trying to like just barely get in the tunnel, and that was generous. See, that's where my angle was not aggressive enough. Power burning. So like, that was like a massive undershoot, and that's what happens there. You like the angle you decide the power burn is like very important. Because if it's too aggressive, you're gonna bleed off all your speed, and if it's not aggressive enough, you can't possibly recorrect your vector to where you want to go. Yeah. I think I did more aggressive, I just didn't set it up well. I might already be getting somewhat fatigued. I'm not just making dumb mistakes all the time. Oh well, as long as I'm not, like, frustrated, I don't mind, like, just doing racing attempts anyway. Even if I'm, like, not doing a good job. It doesn't matter if I do a bad job, what just matters if I'm getting frustrated or not from it. But here, this is where I need to set it up better. Oh, I was almost at it at like a really fast speed. Close. Still close. Okay, I did this section worse, which means I'm going to be going slower through the tunnel, which means that I should do that big churn, just because I did the earlier section worse where I lost speed. So this will suddenly be like 10 times easier. Yeah. See, that's how much of a difference like 100 to 50 meters a second makes. So while I like several times in a row it's crashing on the outside. Oh man, I was like trying so hard to correct, and then I still end up hitting the inside of the tunnel. That was amazing. That's just where like 50 meters a second makes such a big difference. Where I hit the outside twice in a row, I suddenly am like at risk of hitting the inside of the ring. Just from the fact I was like 50 meters a second slower in that section than the last times I was doing it. That's how big a difference that can make. Yeah, I ran a G4. Slow me down. Too much slow down. That bled off every ounce of speed I had. I mean, that'll make this section, like, ludicrously easy to do. Except I'm still not very good at entering that tunnel, though. And I know half the problem is the fact that I'm not getting a consistent approach vector, so I don't always know what to do to correct it, and by the time I figure out what to do to correct it, there's not enough time anymore. But even though that section... Oh, man. Oh, too aggressive? It was too aggressive that time. I hit the inside instead of the outside. Correct that rotation. I rotated for G reasons. Oh, no. If it didn't spin me that way, I might have been able to recover it. I think I know how to try and get a consistent approach. Are we pulling negative G's and we're going forwards? That doesn't even make sense. And doing a very aggressive power burn there is so helpful. Yeah, I lost all my speed there. I didn't get to do what I wanted to because I was in a bad position set up, but I just want to be aggressively going left through that room. Oh, I was trying to be cheeky there. I was trying to, like, do the bare minimum I needed to clear the ring, and I just didn't do enough effort to clear it. Alright, I want to be rotated this way. I just wanted to be rotated that way. Stop crashing. Stop the collisions. Oh, that was not enough to correct it. So that was so aggressive of a power burn, it just wasn't enough. Yeah, that ring is just like... Entering that tunnel at like a really fast speed is just so unreasonable. It only happens if you like happen to do everything perfectly. Oh, I was going up a lot due to like I couldn't see anything, so I didn't know if I was vectoring up too much because I couldn't see well enough. That sucks, because that was very well executed otherwise. That one... Ah. I had such a bad racing line that... There we go. Oh, I hit the ring. It just didn't kill me. Okay. I think I've had my fun doing racing attempts. I'm gonna go back to killing AI. So I'll just change the map to Harvest. You can trim them off if you want to. And I'll make it bounty hunt instead of attrition. That works better in this map, I think. Okay, the ping is really unstable now. The easiest way to tell if your ping's stable or not is how consistent the fire rate of a full auto weapon is. If it's like spurting, that's how you know that your ping is whiplashing between like 100 or 50. Yeah, so the fact I'm having like a half-second gap in my freaking plasma, that's a bad sign for how stable my ping is. So it got really bad at some point. Whereas it was like okay earlier. Yeah, what's the performance mod or so? Yep. Yeah, it's whiplashing between 150. Constantly. And I don't know how to fix it. I feel like I knew a way to fix it before, but I don't know what that would be anymore. And I'm pretty sure it's just because my network's so strained from streaming. It's just like, that's just gonna happen regardless. Because basically it prioritizes the stream over my own networking, so it will compromise my actual experience before it will compromise the stream, which I usually see for like my performance, which is so great. I feel like that's definitely how you want it set up, to make your end miserable before it'll make the stream end miserable. Yeah. That was still a fun weapon for AI, at least. Yay! I got the max rank back. Oh, that's nice. Took long enough. This is the third time I've had to grind all the ranks because I keep getting reset because I'm stupid. I stop. I like to keep playing servers when they're about to get reset, which is how you does your rank. So I'm prestige 3 and 100 net. So I don't want to prestige again because there's no benefit. I don't get like I don't even get like the pity icon that you typically get with prestiging, where you get like a cool looking emblem or whatever to make you to justify you making yourself miserable because you can't use anything. I got kills stolen by an AI. this is very relaxing. This is the last thing I'll do before I end it streaming. The best thing to do after racing is to kill a bunch of AI and fa. So many AIs, man. They're everywhere. Crazy. Oh, the brake alarm, yep. It's a sign we're getting close. Yeah, so I feel way more comfortable using plasma than I was, like, yesterday, for example. Or felt impossible. Couldn't be done by anybody. So here, it's pretty good. So yeah, I think I get it now. Null mix. Oh, really? Bastard. Stole the bomber. Yay. Alright. Thank y'all for watching. Have a nice day. That's as much as I'll stream today. Have fun.